It is final review time for the Striker Z60 metal detector. I want to thank Kellyco for sending me this metal detector. Man, it's been a lot of fun. I didn't get to hunt with it like I wanted to. I wanted to hunt several times, but hey, things get in the way. Life gets in the way sometimes, and I've had my time with it, so I'm going to send it off to the next person. So I'm just going to give you my pros and cons with this metal detector. If I was just getting into the hobby, I would put this on a list of ones that I would consider. So that being said, let's give you the pros and the cons of this metal detector before we box it up and send it back. So first of all, let's go back to day number 1 when we were unboxing this detector. Number 1, the way it was packaged, perfect. It had one con, it didn't have any batteries, which is fine, no big deal. So it is a con, but no big deal. Also, it did not have an instruction manual, but you can get that instruction manual straight from Kellyco on their website. So when you order the metal detector, you can download the PDF file, print it off, and you can have that in your possession even before you get the metal detector. And I took advantage of that. So when I knew that I was getting this metal detector, I printed it off and went actually read through it and looked over it, so that way I could be somewhat familiar with the metal detector even before I got it. Simply the ease of putting it together, pretty much self-explanatory. If you have a metal detector anyway, you know how to put one together. If you're a guy, you don't need instructions anyway, right? But speaking of the control box itself, it's really rugged. I like what Liz with Digging Canuck said. It is a very rugged box. It looks rugged. It looks really cool, and I think that kids and beginners would like the design of this. The color itself, but of the coil and the control box and the armrest there, it's a blue, but it's got a purple tint to it. So even if a girl wants to get into metal detecting, this little unit here, even with the color it is, it's pretty sharp. So that would actually be something that would draw attention. Let's get to the control box and let's talk about it for just a minute. The simplicity of the buttons and the big button. The one I really like the best is that big pinpoint button. When you're wearing gloves, and I talked about this before when I had the Amphibio, when you're wearing gloves and you're manipulating buttons on this control box, that pinpoint button is big. There's no doubt when you push that button that you've hit the pinpoint button. And that's important when you're wearing gloves, the bulky gloves. People wear bulky gloves because of the leather or because it's colder, so they're wearing something that has some insulation to it. So it's nice to have a big button that you know when you hit that button, you're not hitting the power button and turning the whole machine off. When it comes to the batteries, it takes 6 AAA batteries. I was using it at the flea market and it had dropped down 1 bar, so we were at 75% battery life. I cannot give an account on how long these batteries last. Let's talk about the control box when it comes to the backlight. Now, I didn't use this at night, so I didn't really have to have the backlight, but I love that green backlight for this metal detector. It's pretty awesome. If you ever do any night hunting, the option for having that backlight is there, and that's something that some detectors just don't have, and it's nice to have that backlight. The coin mode on here, I really like it because of course it's US coins, so you have your nickel, your penny, your dime, and your quarter, and those are the four notches on your detector. But also with each one of those notches is a different tone. So when you're in coin mode, it is a 4-tone machine. To me, that is excellent. Whoever come up with that idea, that kind of goes along the lines of the Mind Lab, and that is brilliance. I mean, that's just brilliance. 4 tones for coin mode, that's just awesome. That way when you are metal detecting, you're not staring at the screen. You can focus on where you're walking, focus on where your coil is going, and you can hear those tones. And those tones will let you know, boom, target here, it's a mid-tone. It's like a nickel. Could even be a ring. Keep in mind, this is not a waterproof metal detector. It's not waterproof, so just keep that in mind. I've been using a double D coil now for years with my AT Pro, with the Simplex, with the A400. The concentric coil, I kind of forgot how awesome they are, because when you get this thing right in the center, when you pinpoint that target, that thing is right underneath this center circle right here. That's pretty cool. Other than that, the only thing I'll add is the You got a slot here so you can put in some headphones. One con I do have, or I have two cons about this metal detector, and mainly just two. Number one, for just every once in a while, this thing will beep on you at 7 inches, quarter signals. I don't know what it is, whether it's just picking up deep iron that's just, I don't know. You're welcome to dig if you want to, but let it ride and just keep moving. If you get bored one day and you dug all the targets that are less than that, go back and dig those, see if you find anything. But it also could be that $50 as well. Okay, for whatever reason, I didn't tell you the second con. The second con is the headphone jack, the little rubber flat thing. Sometimes it's aggravating to push it back on and make it stay. Takes a little bit of work, but that was the second con. Other than that, it's a great detector. Oh yeah, y'all get me in my natural habitat. Hair ain't combed, and I got my Disney shirt on. I'm gonna leave any other pros and cons up to you. If you wanna buy this metal detector, you can go down in our description, click the link down there, and you can find the link to get to this metal detector. And also, there's always that code you can use as well. But I appreciate you watching. We're gonna box this thing up and send it on its way. Thank you again, Mark with Kellyco. They found me lots of coins. They found me a silver ring. They found me some little toys and little junk jewelry. Pretty good little metal detector. All right, have a good one. God bless. We'll see you next time.